Pokémon, one of Nintendo's biggest IPs by far, from games to trading cards to manga and even anime. Pokemon has been striving for almost 30 years now and is still going pretty strong. Hell, right now game-wise, we're at the 9th generation with Scarlet and Violet, and with a new game also comes a new anime, being Pokemon Horizons. Most people know this one because it's the first mainline anime to not have Ash Ketchum as the main character, though I don't think that's entirely a bad thing. I love this new cast of characters, they're all really cool additions to the franchise. But there is one character in particular that always stood out to me, and that is the main focus of the video, Friede. This man has been living rent-free in my brain ever since I first watched Horizons. But why is that exactly? Is it because he's cool, of age, and makes my brain all tingly and fluttery? Well, partially a reason, yeah, though I think it goes much deeper than that. So strap in as I discuss as to why I love Friede as a character in the Friede Discussion! Yeah, that was the best title I could come up with. I think to start things off, I should explain who this guy is. Friede is the leading commander of the group known as the Rising Fault Tacklers, and pilots an airship known as the Brave Olivine, with the purpose of wanting to explore unknown territories and understand the mysteries of Pokemon. Okay, that's all he is, bye! Oh please, there's actually a lot more story to his character than just that. You see, Friede is actually a Pokemon professor and used to work for a company known as Exceed, with the company's sole purpose on researching on how to improve the life of trainers and Pokemon. At some point though, Friede quits his job due to not wanting to be cooped up in a lab and lost the passion of research. That was until one day when Luca, an old friend of his and Mother Aliko, introduced Friede to a special Pokemon, a Pikachu that can fly up into the air. This basically made Friede regain his passion for research as he tries to study this Pikachu. Eventually, him and Pikachu become partners with a newfound love for wanting to explore the world. One visit to Hoenn later, and changing a small fishing boat into a full-on airship, Pikachu becomes Captain Pikachu and starts the creation of the Rising Fault Tacklers. What I really love about this crew is the fact that each person had an own life that is utilized in some degree. Murdoch used to be a skilled sweet maker, so he's the ship's chef. Molly comes from a long line of doctors, so she's the crew's healing specialist, and Orla was the one who built the Brave Olivine, so she's the ship's mechanic. Going back to the present, Friede was asked by Luca to bring back her daughter from the Indigo Academy safely. However, trouble starts brewing when a group known as the Explorers try to kidnap Liko for her pendant, as it has a mysterious power to it. Thankfully, Friede came into the rescue and recruits Liko as a member of the Rising Fault Tacklers with a brand new mission, finding legendary Pokemon known as the 6 Heroes, and figuring out what is the Explorers' true plan. And that's pretty much Friede's story as of now. So far, I love how they handled this character. While he is a professor, he does more than just be a one and done character. He actually does stuff that's pretty important to the plot, like fighting off the Explorers, or being there to help out with Pokemon whenever he can. He's not like Oak where he just stays in one place for the whole anime. He actually goes around the regions with a passion of research by his side. Alright, so backstory on the character is done. Now let's learn on how he acts. Being the Pokemon professor he is, he tends to know a lot about Pokemon and is also pretty determined and resourceful. I remember in one scene when he was trapped in a room with one of the Explorers, with no way to get out until he immediately noticed that the walls are a bit flimsy. So, with a plan in mind, he had the Explorer right where he wanted him and manages to escape pretty easily. Though while he is pretty smart, he also tends to be a bit forgetful from time to time. But honestly, that makes him more likable in my opinion. He's the type of guy who will memorize his order at a fast food place easily, but when he does order, he tends to forget the extra sauce for his fries. Even then though, he's still a protective guy, wanting to put himself in danger instead of having his friends being the ones in trouble. Also, he tends to act pretty confident and snarky when it comes to battling, especially towards the Mentheo whenever they battle. Yeah, well, Mentheo better learn that I saw Friede first, so back of the line, bucko! Sorry, that was really defensive of me to say. Honestly, one of the episodes that I definitely have to highlight relating to Friede's personality has to be episode 35's The Wild Pair, Friede and Cap. This episode is not only my favorite one in the whole series, but also does a great job showing how the relationship between Friede and Cap is perfectly. Like, the two were just amazing in this episode, but it really shows off all their personalities in just the right way. Okay, that's his personality out of the way. You know, with the mention of Captain Pikachu, what's his Pokemon lifestyle looking like? Friede mainly has two Pokemon, being Captain Pikachu, and one that I didn't mention until now, Charizard. Oh wow, that's two characters I really love to have a Charizard. First Leon and now Friede? Anyway, Friede's Charizard is always his go-to Pokemon when it comes to battling, mostly against the Explorers. His Charizard also has the ability to Terastallize, making him even more powerful than usual. Besides that though, he doesn't seem to have much of a personality besides helping out Friede in any way he can. But I can't say the same for Cap. Captain Pikachu has so much character to him that it's kinda crazy to think about. Free and Cap usually butt heads with each other whenever they disagree on something, but they make a pretty good team in the end. Cap also takes his role as a captain very seriously, as he's usually the one to stop conflicts from happening between Pokemon. Cap is also a pretty strong Pokemon, knowing moves like Volt Tackle, Thunder Punch, and his most utilized move, Double Team. Also, he sneezes when he gets called cute. This dude is allergic from being called cute. That's just funny as hell. Simply put, while Friede only has 2 Pokemon, it's clear that he takes good care of both of them, and they're a pretty strong trio to boot. Okay, so I think we got enough info about Friede for me to finally understand why I love this man. Let's see here. He's a Pokemon professor who is determined to finish his goal, that he will put himself into danger to keep his friends safe. And while he may be forgetful from time to time, he is both pretty smart and strong when it comes to Pokemon, whether that be battling or understanding them. Saying it back to myself? Yeah, no, I now understand why I like him. He's such a fun and interesting character I can't help but love. I don't usually find myself that interested in Pokemon characters, with the exception of a good chunk of the cast from Sword and Shield, but this anime really made me love this character to death. I do hope that this won't be the only appearance of Friede from now on, because I feel like there's still a lot more you can do with this guy. Now then, I believe I basically finished up this little discussion. So if this video got you guys interested in learning more about Friede, then go get Pokemon Horizons to watch. Besides the Friede stuff, this anime is just a good time all around. With that stated, thank you all so much for watching this video. Have a good day or night, depending on when you're watching this. Oh yeah, also, please add Friede and Cap into Pokemon Masters. You guys added anime originated characters in the game before, do it with the Horizons cast, please!